Hello, welcome to Snapshot 24W11A. Today's snapshot is a big one. We've got the mace, which is a brand new weapon. I was not expecting a brand new weapon. We got a tease on TikTok and Twitter, but they weren't very specific on what it was going to be, so I'm really surprised to see this. This is the crafting recipe for it. It's just the two new items, the breeze rod and heavy core. We'll get back to the mace in a little bit. For now, we'll look at these two items. This one's really interesting. It's sort of like a player head or conduit size, I guess. It's like bigger than a conduit, smaller than a player head. It's it's just a really weird looking block, but it's it's a fine block to have. And then the breeze rod actually has another crafting recipe, which is wind charges. So once you got your breeze rods, you can get some wind charges. So that's great. And now you're probably wondering, oh, so if does this guy now drop the breeze rods? Yes, they do. If I get a sword and there we go. These guys can drop anywhere from 1 to 2 breeze rods. They no longer drop the wind charges. So this is like how you get the breeze rods now. Supposedly they do work with looting, so that's great. So it's going to probably be easier to get more wind charges than you could before. But just before we go on to the mace, I know that's what everyone's here for, but I'm gonna leave you hanging a little. We've got 2 new armor trims, which is the flow and bolt armor trim. Oh, I got these the wrong way around. Bolt and flow, which are obviously found in the trial chambers. These two, I absolutely love how both of these look. Wonderful new additions. The armor trim collection. I felt like it was going to be obvious. Like, you've just had a new structure. You're not going to abandon armor trims already. Another new thing is... I don't know why there's an anvil there. Another new thing is new banner patterns. We've got Flow, again, and Guster. Again, I feel like Flow is like a common like naming thing here. You got Flow and Guster here, which I love both of these banner patterns. I'm sure people are going to be able to do some fun things with them. We've got some new pottery sherds. Got Scrape, Flow, and Guster. Again, Flow is showing up a lot. But also, I guess Guster is also showing up here as well. I put that awkwardly. Obviously, just like regular pottery sherds sort of stuff. They're found like actually on the pots, like in the trial chambers, which are pretty cool. We'll get to the trial chambers in a bit because they've had a bit of some reworks, which we'll get to. Now, onto the mace, which I know everyone here is here for. You can apply enchantments to it, which you can obviously do any of these, which is like your sharpnesses. Smite or Bane of Arthropods if you want, and then pretty much any enchantment that you can do to a sword, which is like really cool. If I grab some armor real quick, we're gonna fight some husks because I need to explain how this works. Oh yeah, for some reason there's a glitch where you can't like wind charge on like anything that's not a proper block. And I just realised I went back into creative. Oh, I didn't leave creative. So the way this works is it calculates the damage depending on your fall distance. So that was like 7 damage. Let me grab some more of these guys. But if I fly into the air, you see, oh, and it also just did like a bunch of knockback, so it just got flung out. But the further you fall, further you fall, the more damage this is gonna do. Sorry, I'm like, why have they broken this already? Mojang, why have you already broken the wind charge? It's only gonna affect me because I built my thing in a snow biome. But on its own, it isn't like the most damaging dealing, because it only does 7 damage and has like an absolutely massive 1.6 seconds. Oh god, a baby zombie. Yep, I'm just not dealing with them. It has a 1.6 like cooldown, which is just like, for comparison, an axe's is just 1. So it's got like an insane cooldown on it, which makes sense. You know, it is supposed to be like a heavy dealing but slow weapon. I'm gonna grab sharpness just to like test how much damage this thing does. Yeah, you can also like see the particles, so it's like it affects everything. You do actually have to get a bit of a fall to actually like do the damage. If I get like jump boost, just a jump boost potion. I'm curious if like jump boost is good enough to get the effect. No, okay, you need to use the wind charge to get enough height, I guess. That's fine. That's fine, especially with how much easier the wind charge is gonna be to get, because obviously you get 4 per 1, and these can drop up to 1 or 2 without looting. So that's what, like 8 per drop you can get without looting. So these are gonna be more than easy enough to get. Now onto, oh god, I just realised what that looks like. I'm sorry. Now onto the trial chambers. Okay, so now we're in a trial chamber. Apparently there's been some loot changes. These seem similar. Oh, here we go. Here's the new pots. Oh, I didn't get the sherd. Huh. Maybe I have to be in survival. Let me grab like a pick. Quickly go into survival. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you just have to go around breaking the sherds, I guess. There is supposedly some new rooms. I haven't memorized all the rooms, so I couldn't, like, you know, 100% say. But supposedly... Oh, and also, is this a... Oh, there's silverfish ones now. Oh, were they always here? I could be making a fool of myself for that comment. Okay, I'm just going to fly around a bit to see if I can notice any of the new rooms that are supposedly here. Oh, is this a vault? Yes, it is. Yep, they've got new vault bits, like, around the blocks. They're also, like, less spaced out, I believe. Let me grab a key. I think there's also been some, like, item changes. So they've removed saddles and horse armors. Oh, and obviously they've added stuff like... Oh, you can get emerald blocks? Damn. Okay, these vaults are, like... Okay, let me grab just a couple, like, vaults and just test. Because, see, I was expecting, oh, honey bottles. Wow, okay. Honey bottles, golden apples. So they've also made it so you can only get, like, 1 non-stackable item per vault. Which is definitely, like, a lot better. Than, so you don't get, like, a cluttered inventory so quick. Oh, another one. Let me just see if we get anything interesting. Poison arrows and a bow. Yeah, so I think they've just changed it so you get less item clutter, which is really nice. Nobody wants that. You also get wind charges from these, so it's going to be a good, like, early way to get the wind charges before you can get a farm set up for them. I'm not too sure what sort of farms you can get set up, but yeah. Oh, I got the heavy core. Nice. Okay, so yeah, it is the vault you get the heavy core from. It did say that on the changelog, but I kind of hope there's another way, because it's also just like a really nice block for decoration. So I hope that, you know, it's not just limited to vaults, because like otherwise you're not gonna be able to get any just to build with. No, it is also a block. And some other changes. Wolf armor now has a new crack texture. It looks a bit nicer. It's a bit more obvious when damaged. You know, everyone's gonna try and make sure it's not damaged anyway, so it's not that massive of a, like, you know, change. They've had some adjustments to, like, bee flying, I guess, and status effect particle colour, so they're not overlapping as much. But, you know, no one cares about that. They all care about, like, you know, the mace, which is, like, the main, like, thing everyone cares about. But, that's all for this, snapshot. honestly, I know they said a new weapon, but I'm still just so surprised. I feel like there's going to be some cool enchantment, like with the trident and the crossbow, so I feel like that's definitely something to come. They tend to do that with new weapons. And yeah, it's that's all for the day snapshot.